안녕하세요. In this episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing episode 11 of All of Us Are Dead. Now, this episode really starts off really fast because at the end of episode 10 and the beginning of this episode, we find that Onjo is reunited with her father who comes to rescue her. And he helps all the students go out and go through the tennis court in order to get to the other side of the mountain. As that's happening, the zombies are coming after them one by one. They get into the tennis court and all of a sudden they're surrounded on one end and on the other end as well. Now, Onjo and her friends, escape, but her father Soju lights up red flares and throws them in order to distract the zombies. And he tells his daughter, "Go, run, I'll catch up." As that's happening, Chong-san and Shioka are trying to, help him too. They get out. All of a sudden, he closes the gate behind Onjo. All of a sudden, you realize what's going to happen. It's so emotional that every single character, basically Onjo and Chong-san, are going through so much. As he tells his daughter to go and run, he gets bitten by zombies. Yeah, we see that scene where he finally turns into a zombie after all he's done. And here is where I'm very disappointed in how the writers wrote this and how the character of the father went through all this time. The father did so much in order to get to his daughter through this entire series. After saving the assemblywoman, going to the quarantine camp, escaping, coming back, going through the water, swimming, over and then going to find his daughter. He saved his daughter. He did that. He helped her get out of the school. But all this while he does that, he gets bitten by zombies and is turned into a zombie. Lazy writing. You could have done so much more, especially with the shotgun that he had and the ammo and food that he had. But they decided, let's see what happens. So far, Onjo has lost her friend Isaki and her father. Now Chong-sang also has lost a best friend and his mother. So you could tell that these two almost are losing the same amount of people, but who's going to lose more? I mean, it's insane about what's happening. So as they're doing all of this, they're escaping. Onjo still screams like the previous episode where Chong-san is screaming and they're escaping and the zombies are following them. It's really heartfelt, but then all of a sudden Onjo, is just sobbing. So they run, and they run to the construction site where the new school is being built. Now that's happening. They're still being chased by zombies, but now these zombies are construction workers. So then all of a sudden they make it out into the open on a scaffolding and they're hiding. And then as they're hiding, they're just there and they have to be quiet. I mean, the whole entire scene, which was close to 25 minutes, plays out really fast. And it's really interesting. Now, Seon-mu, the army leader of the quarantine camp, is briefed on what's going to happen now. Now, basically, the officials are going to launch a sound-emitting drones with so far 24 kilohertz of noise and sound waves, and certain target locations and ground zero, like the school, certain districts and areas, in order to get all these zombies in, because they want to eliminate them by bombing only the zombies. They ask them how many people are going to die. What out of certain 50,000 or so much people, only 10,000 will die. And so Seon-mu was like, okay, go ahead with the operation. So we know they're going to bomb the zombies because it was only given time before that was going to happen. Now while they're saying that and they're talking with that, all of a sudden at the construction site, Namra says they're going to blow up the area. And people are like, what's going on? How does she know that? Because she has super zombie hearing, which is insane. But, and then she basically overhears everything because a helicopter's flying overhead. So she hears that. And as she's hearing that, she's like telling everybody else, like, okay, this is what's going to happen. Now, as they're trying to figure out their escape and everything, who do you think comes around and finds the students? Guan-nam. Like, please. This is episode 11. How is this character not dead yet? Alright, so Guan-nam finds the group and, it's just... He finally gets his hands on Chong-san, holds him over the scaffolding, and, in front of everybody, bites his arm. He just takes a chunk out of his arm. And all of a sudden it's like, whoa, what's happening? What now? So once again, Namra or Chong-san throw Guan-nam off the scaffolding. He falls to the ground again. Of course, he gets up and he goes back up top to find Chong Sung. Chong Sung refuses to let the others succumb to a horrible ending and death. Him and Onjo share a moment where they exchange name tags. They give each other name tags because, that means that you're going out. And in a touching moment, they hug, but then they also share a kiss. And then Chong Sung goes in and he yells at the zombies to make noise, and then the zombies start following him while the others make their escape because of the missile strike that's going to happen on school grounds. So all this chaos ensues. It's happening while the students are escaping. Chong Sung finally gets all these zombies into one area, and then him and Guan Nam start fighting like crazy. They just start fighting and fighting and fighting. And, again, Guan Nam gets the upper hand. He puts his thumb in his eye, Chong Sung's eye, and he gouges his eyes. By now, you would think Chong Sung would change into a zombie and fight Guan Nam in an equal match, but that did not happen at all, and I'm very disappointed that didn't happen. Now, as they're fighting, and after everything is happening, the students are escaping to the mountain, the drones are getting all these zombies into these certain areas to blow them up, and then the missile strikes happen, one by one by one, and then it hits the school. The kids and students are still running in the mountains. Guan Nam and Chong Sung are in the blast radius, and they fall down this shaft, and you can tell that they both burn up. Sad ending for Chong Sung, but finally Guan Nam is finally dead. I'm hoping he's dead. And then while that's happening, with the operation a success, we go back to the quarantine camp, and Seonmu decides to get some rest, and he tells one of his subordinates that you will be taking over this operation from now on. Now, in the morning, they're going to send troops to the ground, on ground zero, to check to see if there's any survivors or not. Now, for Seonmu, though, the cost of those lives that he killed is weighing on his conscience too much, so he goes back to his office, puts on his uniform, and, tapes himself recording, like a last tape or something like that. And when I saw that happening, I knew exactly what was going on. He goes to his office by himself, and this comes at a point where he confesses that what Mr. Lee did, and we see a flashback where he was about to kill his son and his wife, but he couldn't go through it by burning their bodies because he still loved them. Seonmu says he had more dignity than I did. I don't think I could have, done this, but I had to be done. I had to save lives. So Seonmu, the army military gentleman, takes a gun and shoots himself and commits suicide. I feel like that character was a waste because you just killed him off like that. In what fashion? The writing, it's lazy writing for me. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it at all. You bring in this character who does so much, and all of a sudden you kill him off because he killed so many people, because they still were people, but they still were zombies. I don't know, but it's interesting. Now with Guan Nam dead, we never got the explanation of how he became a super zombie and how come, Chong Sung didn't change as fast, or was the virus mutating? So many questions still unanswered because it's only episode 11. I'm hoping this next and final episode will answer our questions to a lot of things. We'll see. We don't know. Anything is possible. Anything can happen. A lot of things have happened in 11 episodes, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about episode 11 of All of Us Are Dead. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comment section below about the questions I just asked. And I'll see you in the next review video. And be sure you tune in tomorrow for my episode 12 and season finale review of All of Us Are Dead. 감사합니다.